All right, team. Where are we? Here we are. What's going on, everyone? Hope you're good. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good long weekend. But we're back at the charts. Hopefully, most of you got the weekly newsletter. If you did and you were trading last night, then, well, you should be up a considerable amount of money because we talked about the failure to reclaim 600 after the daily setting a potential lower high. There's your all-time high. There's your lower high. And possibly we'd come and break structure and make a lower low, trading back down to the lower Bollinger Band. This right here, that's your low-hanging fruit. So it's pretty much gone for the session. And so what we need to look at now is these lows down here and these lows down here. Can we come and take these out? And we're looking for ways of taking these out. Because if we take it out and turn back inside, then I don't really want to be short because we're risking that move back up to back test sort of 400, 500, 600. But if we can build a little bit of liquidity and then take it out, we can join this leg down here for a sweep of here. And if we get continuation, great. And if we take it out and we build structure at the lows, we can look for lower prices as well. But unfortunately, unless you were trading overnight, if you're like me, you're waking up this morning in the New York session, you've missed what is a beautiful move, an absolutely beautiful move. All right, so let's get into the hourlies and see if there's something else we can look for here. Let's just change this back. All right, hourlies. What do we have? We're trying to basically complete a cup right now. We have this head and shoulders playing out up here where we have left shoulder. Oh, let's draw this on. It's more of a quasi, I guess. Left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. All right, breaking down under here. This was the daily lower high being set on Friday. We talked about all these things. This potentially being your leg down wave. All right, if this failed to reclaim up here, we have a drive back down to the other side of range. Now, if we get that move, remember what we have on ES is a failed breakout of the high. We need to zoom out left. If we're going to get a continuation short today, we're looking for how we react around the 23K. All right, if we stay heavy under it and we build liquidity down here, we can take that next leg down to come and take out all these stops at 800. And then if we get really lucky later this week, sort of the 600s. If that doesn't happen at the open, all right, we're going to have to look for a drive back upside, because if we think about momentum at the moment, momentum's fantastic. Ever since this failed drive on Thursday where they trapped all the buyers, Friday sideways, Monday down, this location's awful, but the momentum's fantastic. So what we need to wait for ideally is for them to pop up a little bit, come into some like key area up here, 250, something like that. Ideally, they do it with a couple legs, so 1, 2, and then we can slam that back down, covering some into the lower day, holding runners for the move below. That would be the most ideal circumstance. If we break below 23K and we build out liquidity sort of sideways, we can look for a short continuation. What you mustn't do is get caught if they chop the liquidity sideways and then do one of these. You want to be careful. Right, a bit like last week. You don't really want to get caught in something like this when it's building. We want that to be building against a key level, getting stuck, maybe a little fail breakout through, and then we can play it downside. If they sweep that liquidity, turn inside, put a higher low in, and start to base, there will be a counter trend leg forming back up. That could take all day today, and it can take a few days actually. If they did something like this, they can easily do something like this for a session or two, and then come back down later in the week. All right, so just be aware of that. We also have news coming today. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ways to get short until we've taken out 23K. If we take out 23K and we base below, I'm looking for ways to get short below to go lower. If we take out the 23K and we hold a higher low, then I'm not interested. I'll just leave it alone. The pro trend will be down today. You can see the same kind of things on this 30-minute chart where we've had the breakdowns. It's been nice and clean. All right, underneath these key levels as we've built liquidity. We talked about this in the newsletter. This is the eventual target if we can get to 800. So under 23K, you're looking for a move to 800 if possible. What is driving this? Mainly tariff news. tariff news in the chip sector. Think about the MAG. MAG is so chip run, and it's been driving the whole market for, well, a couple of years now, really. Rest of the market lagging behind. So when we get weakness in tech, this is what happens. How do we know there's weakness in tech? Look at ES, compare the ES to the NQ. ES, with broader spectrum of stocks, was at all-time highs for a failure. NQ failed to get anywhere near the all-time highs, producing a lower high on the daily. So we're looking for shorts where possible, but we might need to let this spike up first. It's possible that there's a counter trend long here this morning. I won't be taking it. Far too risky for my palate, but it's possible if they put in a little squeeze up, come and test some of the value. This is overnight value, so you can see where we're thick. Lots of volume trapped up here above 400. A little bit of volume trapped here into around 280, and a little bit of a shelf here as well. All right, so I'd be looking for a reaction protecting some of these levels, because if it starts reclaiming these, then we're going to let those trap buyers out. Right, that's not what we want. We want these guys in all of these to stay stuck. All right, to stay stuck. Let's move up to lower time frame. There you go. All right, so you can see what I was just talking about. Volume trapped up here and here and here. So you want a reaction off some of these levels, ideally. All right, if they put a squeeze on, or if they're even strong enough to get up there, you want this protected, or this protected, or this protected. All right, I don't really want to see it trade through 300. If we start trading through 300, you're going to have to think that there's 300 points of just drip down, drip down, drip down, drip down, drip down. If they come and take all those guys out and produce a higher low there, we're going to come back up inside range. So I don't really want to see us take out 300. If we take out the lows and do that, then maybe I'll take a counter trend. But I really want to stay short focused today if it offers the opportunity. All right, it's what I'd like to do. This is just your overnight levels. Let's move in to see everything else, because in Discord we talked about the VIX being key last night, and there you go. All right, breaking out of what? Of its range, coming all the way back to look up here. So like a bit of a bouncing ball, produce the low, lower high, lower low, starts to coil, starts to take out some of these guys. We've taken out this pivot here now. This is key. Back test hold 1730s or 17s, and we probably want to revisit these 20s and 21s all the way up here. All right, so if we hold this pivot and go up here, this will be the market getting completely nailed to the downside. So VIX is going to be a key indicator today. We have a look at the MAG. Let's move these into slightly lower time frame here. You can get out of the way, thanks. All right, MAG starting to roll over as well, again into key levels. Apple, this sort of 229 level is going to be key. You can see it gapping down underneath previous day close, previous day low. If it starts snapping underneath these 229s, it can roll all the way back down into this pool of liquidity, 224s, 223s. All right, so big levels here, because think about this, big push, pull, it can still hold this if it wants. So I'm going to have one eye on these. Amazon, fail breakout, all right, from left shoulder, head, right shoulder, fail breakout, coming right back down to point of origin. Google, been on a monster drive. It's due a pullback, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so putting in a pin high there, rolling over, revisiting 208, snapping a 208, so we go 206s, snapping of that. It might want to come and test this deeper pull all the way down here. Possible. Meta, getting absolutely slammed there. Oof. All right, but again, back down to key level. This is why we've got to be slightly careful this morning. A lot of the MAG are opening up at points where if this is 1, 2, where it can find a bounce. All right, I wouldn't want to be short in here in Meta. I'd want to be short up here or up here, covering in here, holding runners. It's the problem. We're late to the party. The train's already left this morning, unfortunately. Microsoft, same story, gapping down, trading at this little low shelf. If it breaks down, and we've been in a big old grind up. Look at this on an hourly on Microsoft. All right, if this starts to lose a bid, It's got a long way to come down on an hourly to clean it all up. Nvidia, we talked about this being the box. This off a second. This being sort of a box here. Fail breakout of the high, might come and revisit the other side of the box. Do we get a continuation lower, or is it a fail breakout of the low coming back inside the box? All right, but you definitely box here, sort of 171 to just call it 85. That's your box. Yeah, 171 to 85, this area right here. So either we reject this to go lower, that would be a good indication the market might want to move lower if we do that. And Tesla, the last one. Just in a range still. Higher highs, high lows, sorry, you can see this sort of thing happening. If it breaks underneath some of this, you'll get downside pressure. But until then, need to respect it on an hourly. ES, my gosh, what a move. All right, fail breakout of the all-time high, head and shoulders, coming back down to point of origin. So ES, you want to be watching it to drive and take out these lows here. 363s, somewhere around there. And then does it stay heavy, or does it run the stops and turn back inside? All right, run the stops and turn back inside. A few ICT traders, does it sweep the liquidity? Call it what you want. Same thing. All right, let's think about news that we have incoming as well, because there's quite a lot to cover. Have a quick look at the book as well together. So at the moment, some sellers up further higher. 200, 250. Is there anyone above that? No. Is there anyone below offering? Some guys way down, but no, not really. We're about the 800s. Not much yet. Not much yet. All right, so ideally we drive higher here. Quick check of ES. Same kind of thing. You've got these big players down here, 380, 370, 365. Sellers trying to get filled up into 430. So they're looking for like a 30-point push higher before failing at the moment. And remind myself of the news coming here. Give me a second, folks. Where are we? 9:45 PMI, 10 o'clock manufacturing and construction spending. So once we get past 10 o'clock, we're in the clear at that point. All right, once we get past 10. Be careful of your volatility today, folks. All right, we are moving pretty fast today. So be careful of that volatility, please. Just a couple minutes to open. Let's see who's here. Close this poll down. Most of you are going to wait for new structure. Don't blame you at all. This is going to let me read this or not. Here we go. So we can read the chat here. OBS being annoying. Not showing me anyone. There we go. All right. Good morning, Leron Crawford, Richard, Silent, Miguel, Coop, Do John, Charles, DJ Noah, Alpha Tech, Brandon, Sergio, John, W, Thumper, Mike, Troy, JD, Peter, Paul, Marek, Toby, Willa Williams, Muhan, Gatney, Peter. A note to journalists was issued last night evening, which said Tuesday Eastern Time Wednesday, the US president will make an announcement at the White House. Okay, I'll be done by here, hopefully. Bart, Oleg, Mike Light, Firewater, Raphael, Ken. Oh, my EQ was. I thought on the small screen. Sorry. Sorry. Just see what you're saying about the book map. Yeah, hopefully it's okay now. Eva, Dean, Dawson, Contorted, Ejecto. We're opening up here, guys. Full on Tilt, Bill Burke, Myron, Jim K, Calypso, Info Risk, Julian, Greg, Harinder, and Richard. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. All right, let's see what we get here. Coming back down to current overnight lows. Remember, it wants to take out 23Ks and just under. And then we have to see if there is a response in this market to try and bid off it, or if it's good night, sweetheart. Get these flow zones back on. There we go. All right, so the only level left to take out right now is that daily level down at 2340, I think it is. We're right at that lower Bollinger Band, remember already. I'm just going to let this settle down. I think we trade lower, but it's like finding an area to get involved in. All of the mag opening up very, very red right now. This is the 2340s, now swept. Oof, oof, oof. All right, so now swept that level. So we have to wait to see if we build out liquidity. We've swept those daily levels now. The next question is, do we go 800s? How do we get involved? Do we go 800s? How do we get involved? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Got that New York one on? I have, good. And we draw out a new guy from here. All right, just going to let this build out now that we've swept those lows. Those 2340s on the daily, like we talked about, the edge of this blue box. We have to wait now, folks. I don't want to short under here unless we build a lot of liquidity out. VIX on a nice little push this morning, continuing up, actually gapping up at that New York Open. And we just have to wait. We have to wait. It's unfortunate. This is what happens. We've missed the train, so now we wait. All right, so the higher the better at this point. If we can put on like a nice squeeze this morning, something for us to short into. Potentially there's a counter trend long. I'm not going to play it. I'm not really interested in playing it. Not in a market this week. It's not something I'd like to do. I'd like to stay on the downside move if possible. Watching this New York Open. What have we got higher? Wow, everything's so far away. We're talking 400 points higher to previous day low and stuff. So I'm going to be a little bit careful. So sweeping those daily levels we talked about, taking out the lower Bollinger Band. Is there downside pressure here? Are we going to have the 5-day start to trend? Got to be very, very careful because we're at that lower Bollinger Band. They have been contracting though, so there's a chance that this gets heavy today and heads back down towards 800. But let's just see. Time will tell. Very early in the morning to be thinking like that. We will see. Did everyone have a good long weekend? Hopefully you did. You fancy loading my charts down here, TradingView? No. Here they come. Just have to see what we get. You were in Florida Keys? Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I ended up being kidnapped by my wife and friends and taken to Mexico for a long weekend. Very nice. Eating, well, the best food I've ever had, to be honest. We went to 3 Michelin star restaurants at the weekend and they were incredible. Absolutely incredible food. Don't ask me the names of them because I don't know, but I will get them off my wife. It was a really good birthday break. Drank and ate far too much, so for sure. Drank and ate far, far too much. Okay, starting to see this sort of 5-minute form here. Long tail for now. New 5-minute printing now. Do we come and take out sort of 23, 40s and 50s, and how do we act once we get up there? I'll give you a readout of the mag. Tesla 1.40% down, Nvidia 2.4% down, Microsoft just under 1%, Meta 1.32%, Google 1.82%, Amazon 2.11%, Apple 1.5%. All of them down, folks, right? All of them down. All right, so we're looking for pops too short. I want this to drive up, maybe 2 legs before I think about doing anything else. Because we took out the daily level, the low-hanging fruit has gone. All right, so we're going to need a drive up and to get stuck, and a short will be to retest this area. Oh, don't do that. Will be to retest this area and then hold runners. So something like this, and a short back down, covering into this. And if we get a breakdown, great. And if we don't, who cares? All right, so we're looking for something up. I mean, it can come all the way up here. Honestly, it can come to 260s if it wants. You want to be careful if they turn the buy algo on. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, it doesn't take a lot for this market to move 100 points higher right now. Don't want to be one of the shorts trapped at the lows. That's for sure. Yes, West Coast was on the left side. Here we go. So a little squeeze here. That's 100 points off the lows already. This is what I mean about the volatility. You got to be careful today. Big moves overnight. Remember, news coming here. 9:45, 10 o'clock. Got a long way to go to come and back test any key levels. Remember where we broke down from, all these levels here. These guys here. I thought I put that in. I'm sure I did put it in. Just being patient here, folks, because I want to focus on the shorts. So I'm trying to be patient, but I know we've taken out that low-hanging fruit. It's unfortunate. When the train leaves the station like this, it makes it a little bit harder, especially when we've taken everything out. I don't want to be one of the shorts getting caught down here. I want it to drive higher and then get stuck. VIX failing that 1929 breakout, coming back downside. It can afford to come way, way, way lower here to find a bid based on structure. All right, VIX can afford to come way, way, way down and still find a bid to make that higher low. That's all we've done this morning. Sweep the daily liquidity and have a drive higher. Remember, London lows would take you all the way up to 270s, basically. Nice new layout. Yeah, I tried to make it a little bit bigger for you guys. I know you wanted a slightly bigger layout so that you could see a bit more. Watching to see if we can come up here. Yeah, I saw someone else message me that, which is bizarre because that's not what we were told. So they've retrospectively changed that. I will be bringing that up with them because I don't think that's right. Because that is the opposite to what they said. So I will be bringing that up with them. What a move. Wow, 500 down. And what do you mean? We were opening up towards 500 down. Is that what you mean? Okay, getting stuck here at 160. Some sellers coming in here on the tape. Still think we can test a little bit higher first, ideally. Maybe that's all they've got. Feels like that's all they've got at the moment. This is not ideal. We want to squeeze higher here if possible. Create a second leg to move up. Not just one 5-minute bar. Come on. Get up here, market. Come on, market, get your butt upside. Not that I'm looking to long. I just want a shorter, better location. All right, Q's getting stuck at VWAP. Spiders. Let me change these to 5 minutes. Spiders got stuck there. Q's trying to bid over it right now. Interestingly, Spiders underneath its VWAP. So relative weakness in the SPY at the moment. Come on, market, up you go. New leg higher, please. Second leg up. That's what I'd like. 2 legs, and then we can think about failures. Again, the dangerous thing is going to be that we've already taken out that daily low, but the higher we can go, the better right now this morning, offering us the best RR. If you're in this long, if you're the reversal trader off that liquidity sweep, actually looks very good. Right down here, looks very, very good. All right, you can see on the book above me, 190s to 200s. There is some liquidity. Let's see if there's anyone above that. Oh, you could be quiet, bookmap, thanks. And then above that, 250, which would take us up here. Okay, so looking for a big old squeeze and a failure to short back down towards the low of day. Don't fail now. You're coming short. Don't fail now. SPY rejecting its view up again. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea, Peter. Waiting for 10 o'clock news. The SPY still under its view up, rejecting key levels. QQQ is above it right now. We want to be short today, but we want to be short at the best price possible. Oh, come on. Some buyers coming in here trying to protect it. Can see on the trend friend time frame, M15, M30, H1 all bearish, H4 is neutral, daily's neutral, weekly's bullish. So from H1 and below, we're bearish, and H4 and daily will go bearish soon enough if we keep trading downside. Starting to get stuck here a bit, this market. Struggling to trade through some of the 180s. Starting to get stuck. You can see it. I want to just see it. One more push and then failure would be ideal. One big push and then failure. No, they don't want to do it. Come on, please. One more push. Please, one more push. Need the Qs to hold VWAP and get higher here, just so we can get a better price. I really don't want to short this low in the session. It's too dangerous. Need to get outside these sort of areas here, come up to here and see a reaction. Yeah, news 9:45, 10 o'clock, I know. And news right now, but not really doing anything. Not really doing much, is it? Not moving the needle right now. There we go. Come on. Up you get. Up you get, buddy. And the Globex all the way up here. And some key levels just before it. So I want to see if we can trade into this and get stuck. The overnight inventory, everyone was short bias. If you shorted the open and didn't cover the daily sweep, you're stuck down there above, below 23,130 basically. We're looking for a drive up into some of this, and I want to see it get stuck. If it doesn't get stuck, you need to be careful because we've done that move that we talked about. We've taken out, where's my drawing tool gone? Taking out this low. All right, you want to be careful if you start to see basing up here to take this out and retest up here on dailies, but we're looking for a drive up to fail to short back down ideally, because we want to see a 1, 2 and then something into here, and then if it bases there, then there's a long possibility back up. I'm just looking for the best possible price to get short into. I do not want to short the lows and get caught. Not too far from view up here. So 200, 250, that's the level of interest on the book at the moment. Any of you take this long? Did any of you take that trigger long after sweeping dailies? We did talk about it. It would be there for those of you who want to play the counter trend. Yes, again, stuck at VWAP. Heaviness coming back into the market here. My tick. There you are. All right, come on. One squeeze, please. Yeah, Richard, you took it. Nice, very nice. Make sure you're locking in. Remember your counter trend here coming into that 200 level that we talked about. You got view up here at 23, sort of 225s, and then you got liquidity on the book at 50s. Right, as we start to drift into here, 50s and 70s are going to be of interest. So 200, 50s, and 70s are going to be of interest. Market finding a bit of a bid here after sweeping that low this morning. How many people got short in there? Probably too many will be the answer. Remember, we completed objectives, took out daily lows, got stuck at the bolts. That's the one thing. We took out those daily objectives. Just waiting patiently. Here we go. Here's 200 check. SPY now through its VWAP. The SPY and Qs through the view up. Yes, a long way to go to get to its actual view up. Into a low volume node here on the ES. Let's see if it can trade through and test 408s, and if it squeezes through, might help NQ squeeze higher. This is looking good here. This is what we want to see on NQ. Higher the better. Some exaggerated move, and then to see sellers. The hard thing is going to be the time here as we come into 10 o'clock, I reckon. Maybe some back test some of these key levels. That is way off. That is bizarre. That's way off my... Let me check. Yeah, Ninja Trader I've got is trading through VWAP right now. I don't know which one's right here. That's not often it's discrepancy by that much. 94 by about 70-point discrepancy between the VWAPs. Kind of odd. Oh, okay. Thanks, Silent. All right, so we're coming into these red boxes, trading through the first one. I'm going to get rid of this. All right, and then into here. And then there are some pivots up here, which we can draw out. These are your London lows that we're starting to trade towards. All right, starting to trade towards those London lows. Exaggerated move here, which is what we want to see before we think about doing anything. Still a seller at 250. Failing VWAP here. We have like a push and a fail. And do we set something up? Have we got enough time? They're going to make this hard at that 10 o'clock print. They're going to make it hard. Let's have a look at the ES book. Still no trade for me, just waiting. Still got the 30s left on ES if it really wants to get motoring. These 5-minute bars, absolute monstrous to the upside right now. I mean, it could come and take out 35s. All this resting liquidity. That Globex level looks pretty key to me. Short's definitely stuck in this at the moment. Again, no trade for me yet. Just sitting still, nothing to do. I want to be a short seller today, but I want the right price. So I'm looking for these kind of drives, and then I'm going to wait to see if we see some failure come into the market. Right? Because I want to see us back test levels where buyers are stuck, which we're starting to do. You're starting to see these kind of areas here. We just traded into that 250 that was on the book that we talked about. Instant reaction off it so far. Back to VWAP now. They start selling here, they'll be in trouble. If they start selling here, they will be in trouble, I think. Here you go. Starting to see it. Stuck between VWAP and that 250 right now. News coming here in 5 minutes. ES has got a little room still to trade up towards at 20s. Squeeze is on so far. VIX coming back down to that key level we talked about pre-market. Yeah, it's back down towards those sort of 18s and 1770s. Does it find a bid there on the pullback? Right, into Globex we go. decent reaction there so far. Just want to see a real giant push and then just slam down, push back inside, and see sellers come back into the tape. We're going to have to wait till 10 o'clock now for this 4 hour. His close of this 4 hour strong. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're basically closing back up to where we opened at the moment. Think about a 4 hour bar. That's exactly what we're doing. We're repricing the whole of the last 4 hours. Because the 4 hour opened at 289. All right, and we made a low of 23,023, and we're closing back up towards 289. We do have a little bit of a double top there at 333s if it wants to be really nasty and sweep some of this. Let's see. Let's see. Big old squeeze, feeling like a bit of a wally not taking this here, but I was focused on the shorts. Want to be focused on the shorts. Pro trend. Martin up to London. Breakout shorts 470 maybe. 370. Sorry, did you say? Yeah, I mean this is where they came in. Here and here. Right, for the continuation. This was the sweep of the daily back into this level. If we're going to see a reaction, you want to see this here. So I'm looking for a short back down towards this, covers. If it holds, then there's a potential long back up. If it stays melting, then we keep shorting back down. But we're getting into the area of interest up here. Definitely getting into the area of interest. The flow zone's all bullish right now since this New York Open, so we want to be careful. We're in a squeeze. There's definitely a squeeze. Very close to news now. Gotta watch your ATRs. Some of these candles are pretty big here. Like, look at this 1 minute candle, 46 to, you're talking about 50-point candles here. Got to watch your ATR. Well, we haven't closed it yet. And not necessarily because we've not closed above the open of the 4 hour. So not necessarily. It's a bit premature to be saying that. It's not closed above the 4 hour high at 313, or it's open at sort of 290s or whatever it is. It's just repricing some of the damage done overnight. I still think there's going to be a short setup, but we will see. Time will tell. Just a bit of a overreaction overnight without any retracement, which we're starting to see now. $90 seconds to news. Back to VWAP, of course. Dancing at, well, at least on NinjaTrader, dancing at my VWAP. Liquidity starting to leave the book a little bit here. We just check ES. Still got moves higher in it. 420, 430, 435. Yeah, that makes sense based on the key levels. Treating this like a Monday. Just want one nice trade start the day. VIX coming into those levels where it can find a bid. This is basically where I have VWAP right here, 225s from Monday. Come on. Here's the news, is it? Yeah, here's the news candle. All right, let this settle down, squeeze out, and then maybe we get it. ES coming back up towards its VWAP as well now. What a recovery. What a recovery. Lots of sellers here on the book, 70, 75, 80s. Do they lift? They lift in the offer a little bit. Yes, almost into its VWAP. We're trying to trade up into here at the moment by the looks of it, and then we can see what's what. If we keep squeezing and it goes previous day low, that'd be a hell of a retracement. And it's possible. It will feel like a full recovery if it does that, but let's just see. Remember, the theme of this market for months and months and months now has been that sellers can't take control. If they don't take control today when they've been given an absolute gift, you know, they've been given a gift for a rollover here. If they don't take control, you'd be somewhat concerned, you know, if we're gapping down however many points that was, like it must have been 500 odd points. If we're gapping down that and they let them close the gap and recover, I would be slightly concerned, you know, that there's no sellers in this market at all. All right, ES getting close to its VWAP. We're doing the same, not too far away. VWAP for us at 91s. VWAP on ES currently 27s. Just stuck here now. So repriced a lot of that H4 and we've just got stuck, just stopped. Come on, make your mind up. Is that the end of the squeeze? They didn't quite make the VWAP there on ES or NQ. Just waiting here to see. We're into levels of interest. I just want to see it sort of swipe and dump and produce lower lows and lower highs. And then we can start trying to trade downside on pushes. Don't want to be premature to this because flow zones are all very bullish right now. Lots of stops here. Lots of stops down here. Big reaction off ES, just shy of VWAP. Lots of stops down here if they start rolling. You can see them on the bid. 20s, 15s, and 200s down below. They're trying to save it here. Into flow zones. Still holding flow zones. Volume being built out here now as well. Worth noting. Like I'm saying, lots of stops here. If they float this down into here, it can trade all the way down to sort of 80 very, very quickly. They're trying to save it. Still no trade for me. I'm trying to be patient. Part of me is kicking myself that I didn't take the counter trend long after we talked about that sweep on the daily, but I want to be focused on what I think is the pro trend at the moment. If sellers don't step up today, I don't know what to say. If you're going to give back a fucking 500 point cap down, mate, then you got nothing about you. No cojones. All right, starting to see a wiggle in the tape here. 20s to 50s, the level. Do they hold the 20s or do they just get flattened here? They saved that. They literally just came in flying in there and saved it. This is a wiggle. Big moves coming here one way or the other. Big move coming here one way or the other, I think. There's a seller here keeps refreshing at 30 and the buyers keep refreshing at 20s. They're stuck between those, like 10, 15 points. There's a big move coming one way or another. Someone's going to get caught because they keep refreshing. Didn't quite make it up here. So one thing, yes, the same. Missed it by a tick or two. A tick or two. There you go. Someone's going to get hurt, like I said. Someone's going to get hurt. So do they follow on for this short now, or do they all get trapped chasing this down? 23,200 on the book. Watching to see if they lean on it or not. Lots of volume here. What's this level here? 20s. 15's being protected. Oof. Wiggle, wiggle. All right. What are we doing here, folks? Come on. No follow through. If we start to get stuck here, there's... If we start to get stuck here now, under this is potential. If they reclaim this, I want to be very, very careful. That's what I mean about a wiggle. Here you've got the breakdown. If they start to get stuck under this, they're opening up a move back into here, or at least into here, this volume. Why has my AI enhanced trader gone weird? Let's remove you and then reapply you. Missing buttons. That's frustrating. To sort that out later. It's lost my bid and ask buttons on the AI advanced trader. Starting to get stuck here like we talked about. I want to lean short on this. I hate that I can't put this in. I'm going to have to do it by sell click if I'm going to do it, I think. But be careful if they put in a higher low here. That's the problem. But I think we want to trade back downside to retest where we came from. Toughest thing is that we've missed the VWAPs by ever so little. We did come right into that red box. Don't want to get caught if this is like a little walk down and a shoot back up to clear out the highs. If it needs one more attempt higher first, you know. Getting stuck though. Definitely getting stuck. Give you a little readout on the mag. Tesla 0.78% down. Nvidia, the weak one, like we talked about. Chips heavy, 2.37% down. Microsoft, 0.2% down. Meta just under 1%. Google, 1.76%. Amazon, 1.82%. Apple, 0.77%. They're all trading heavy. We've had the back test we wanted. We almost hit this VWAP. Looking to see if we can get stuck for rotation here. Tricky thing is if they walk it. If they walk it down, it's going to be very tricky because you've got to be careful when they do it if it's controlled. An anchored view up from 6 o'clock. Yeah, we can try that. There you go. Yeah, exactly, Raphael. If it starts just grinding down, if it's controlled walking, it's going to be very hard to trade down to the short side. I agree. Don't want to see controlled selling. Do not want to see controlled selling. Very hard to trade. Like this is controlled so far. They're absorbing in these low vol nodes. If they want to have another squeeze up, they can. All that squeeze to just suddenly get stuck. No aggressive selling though. It's worth noting there's no aggressive selling here after coming back into those key levels. It's a gentle walk, which is not sort of the reaction you would want off supply. I mean, this is a decent reaction off here. Let's have a look at this hourly bar. Yeah, we were just shy of that 4-hour open, the 90s that we talked about. 93s. We trade above 334 today. That is either going to be a giant bull trap or it's good night for the bears. So we left a big old imbalance up there this morning at on the 3 a.m. candle. Absolutely puked it from 407. 407 to 330 basically, if it wants to fill that. This is starting to get stuck here. This is not what you want to see. So possibly they rebuild this and go for the VWAPs. So less interested in the short at this point. Because they've just pulled back and held, and they're starting to curl and they're holding flow zones. So I don't want to fight the flow zones I could talk about all the time. Don't want to fight them. Even though I'm looking for the short, I don't really want to fight them. We've traded from one level to the other level. All right. This is where buyers got stuck. This level here. This really, sellers need to protect this and sell against it. If they don't, it's kind of giving you a bit of an alarm bell, I would say, is the best way of saying it. You know, if they don't sell against that, you've got to ask, when are they going to sell at all if they don't have the power to do that? Bit more volume coming in here, back to 200 again. This looks a bit better. Do they protect this again today at this 200 level? Buys here, 290 and 85. Nothing above to 250 now. This is looking a bit grim on the tape. Starting to trade below that high volume node though. 220s look fairly key here. If they keep selling 220s, we move lower. If they reclaim it, they probably trade further up in the range today. Yeah, I know, Peter. Huge squeeze only to be responded to like this is... I'm going to be honest, it's concerning. Me thinking about a short, watching it do this, it's a little concerning. Because the reaction is not that of like a strong higher time frame seller, which is like, okay, so then are we not retesting down here? You know, do they just want to pull back and a second leg higher before they think about anything else? I'm calm. Yeah, I'm trying to be calm. I'm calm and I'm flat. That's why. Back to the 200s again. Have a look at the ES book. This is a problem. ES has got all this liquidity higher that it might want to come and clear out first. I don't like seeing that. Under the 200s now. Maybe should have been in this from 220s. Might regret this. Might regret not being in from the 20s. I just don't like this being walked. Nice, Christopher. Better than me. I've got nothing. Nothing to show for this day yet. We talked about the long back up. I just want to see us if we get stuck here. I'm just a bit concerned that we're building out this at the moment, right? Because this reaction is weak. And do they do this later? I'm wondering. This is very, very, very controlled so far. Initial balance going to be set in 13 minutes. Yeah, nice, Christopher. Very nice. I don't like that ES has got all this liquidity up here. I feel like it wants to drive and fill it. 20s to 35s. So 25 would be VWAP, 35 would be top of its supply. Or actually, would it be above it? No, it'd be bang in the middle. Not touching this here. Not with how it's acting. Channel anniversary. I'm not actually sure, Marek. I'll have to have a look. I feel like it's September since live streams. I think it's a year of live streams now. Yeah. Wondering if this is one leg, 2 legs higher first. I'm wondering, because that reaction was not huge from here. Yeah, there is that. I'll have to pee soon. It's true. It's getting close already. I haven't had a coffee though. Ugh. Looks like those bears are trapped under there. I'm glad I didn't take those 220s now. I was thinking I was going to live to regret it if it just did a nasty candle, but you got this sort of inverted head and shoulders type look, starting to drive back up now. Maybe VWAP. I'm looking at volume like edge 260s. It gets kind of thin above 260s. Where's VWAP? 290s. Can actually peak to 311s if it wants. Where are those stops? 336s. Yeah. Trump talking, he'll bring it down. Isn't he talking at 2? I thought that's what one of you said. It's going to get your break even at 258. That's a good short up here. Versus Globex. It's a good short. Really good short. Did you pay yourself some though? Like, that's a decent move. Okay, sellers here. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Initial balance coming. Ugh. Took some off. Yeah, good. Well, that's still a good point. It's like basically 60-point trade. As long as you paid yourself, 60 points is a lot of money. Stuck there again. Come on, market. You're making this really hard. Not trading high enough, not trading low enough, not trading with enough follow through. Yes, getting stuck there again. The top of value on the session. I want to lean short, but I'm just, it's gross the way they're building it out. So you can still hold this down here now. Buyers back in and around 200 down to 190 again, trying to get filled. So there's buyers that didn't get filled the last time. Are they going to let this go now? This is gross that they've just done that little trap. Back to the 200s. Yes, coming back towards New York VWAP. It's very dangerous here now. how they've built this. Very, very dangerous. Anyone above? No. $50 daily. Oh yeah, you're right. 45s. I'm really watching those, the daily open closes at 220s. That's what I'm kind of watching. Problem is, like, we did the downside move. I just want a retest of the lows for the downside move. That's all I'm looking for. ES coming back into its VR. Like I said, this is very dangerous how they've built this. Really dangerous. Very clever, I would say, is a good way of putting it. Very clever how they built it. See, ES spiked up, failed 24-hour VWAP, has come back down into low volume shelf where it built its resistance this morning and broke out of, which is where the New York VWAP is. So if you think about shorting this on NQ, you're shorting into a support system on ES right now. It's not been done by accident. Let's just put it that way. Not been done by accident. We keep falling shy of VWAP, both sides, by the tiniest bit as well. Low volume node now. 220, same 220s again. Okay, 220s is a level. It's definitely a level. We're building out sideways volume. Oh, hopefully it kept you in it. Was it Julian that was at 58s? Not for me. I want to be short until we get, I mean, maybe golden retrace will be down here until we get a retest somewhere down here. And then if it firms up, I'll think about a long, but really I think we'll trade lower. I think this is just a squeeze out because too many shorts got short at the open and chased the market down. Here's a push on volume. They're going to make this impossible. I can already tell with ES. They're going to make this impossible. Maybe that second leg higher like we talked about. Certainly feels it like at the moment. They might want to take out those 330s. Is that liquidity still above on ES? This is the problem. ES is basing in front of its New York VWAP and wants to take out these key levels. That's the problem. The weakness is in NQ. So I want to be short on NQ if and when it becomes available. And at the moment, it doesn't look like that's going to become available. And initial balance is about to be set at 250 points, right? So big IB, big volatility, horrible structure between the two. The divergence between the two continues to be a pain in the butt. I mean, at this point, if it starts breaking out, I'm almost not going to rule out that up there, which will be disgusting. But I'm not ruling it out. So I'd like one push and a fail back down into here. That's all I want to see. I don't want this chop. I want some cleaner action. Volume's gone. Man, Microsoft and Tesla now clawing back. Have a little look at those. Tesla looks very similar to NQ. Nvidia weak. Microsoft just been on a pump all morning into pre-market highs. Gap fill above, not too far away. Meta pump all morning, coming into PDL. Goog a little bit weaker into its 5-day, but still pumping. Amazon, no. Apple 5-day test. And we've gone to sleep, clearly. So far, basically, you were long or nothing. If you were waiting like me for the pro trend, you've probably not got much. Might have to wait for tomorrow by the looks of it. Sideways now for how long? Yeah, an hour, pretty much, or half an hour, sorry. Half an hour. Trying to fix my AI enhanced trader. Currency. Ah, here we go. Is that it? What about the other one? Okay, I know what to do. There we go. Awesome. All right, so still building liquidity. Looks like wants that second leg. So leg one might want a leg two. I'd be very careful if they do it measured here. Very careful. Trading prop firms for futures, and then my own cash for ETFs and stocks. Anything commons. Sorry, that was in answer to Oleg. Range around here to October. JD, please don't say that. I will cry. I will absolutely cry if we're going to go range bound to October. 4 weeks of pain. You might well be right, though, my friend. All right, so wait and see what we do at initial balance and VWAP if we do a little squeeze out. Still not tested them. VIX still holding sort of old RBS levels. Morning, John. Making higher lows here on the lower time frames. Looks like it wants to test that IV high and VWAP somewhere here, and if it pumps through, we'll see where we get. Got all these sellers here, 65, 70, and 80 on the book. Again, I think it's this dragging the market up. Is these guys, the size up here at 35 and 630. Sorry, 435, 430 on ES. It's a thick book from 20 to 35 on ES. It looks like they are trying to get filled, which would be a back test. I mean, they are holding the flag territory here. Definitely. Definitely holding flag territory here. Think about H4. Oh, sorry. You want me to do 4H, don't you? There we go. All right, long wick, but failing here for now. This is what I'm talking about, this sort of level here where the old H4 opened, closed. Trade above this wick. This is very thin. You can see it here. Look how thin that is. All right, so we want to protect that if we're going to trade downside. We want to protect that thin structure there on the higher time frames. Oh, back to the VWAP and POC again. Lots of volume being made up here now, folks. So much volume. Oh, I'm absolutely devastated. Didn't get the trade pre-market. Chose not to take the long on purpose, waiting to play the pro trend and getting punished with chop. 100-point chop, though. 100-point chop. Back to VWAP. Back to those 220s, 215s. You can see a low volume node there. They keep protecting. No close underneath that has then rejected it and gone lower. No, a time frame algo here as well. No, it's not. Sorry, flow zones. It's because where's this? Change that color so I don't get that wrong again. Still protecting that low volume we just talked about. 220 to 215. Drifted into it, found a bid. The chop continues. Low volume node again. Battling it out here. Nice, Dean. Good work. No volume node again. Do they let this go? Do they protect the high volume underneath? It's where they've been chopping all day. They can make another high low here if they want. Like 1, 2, 3. You can see 1, 2, 3. If they protect this, if not, we do a little flash. Lunchtime. I won't trade through lunch. I'm done at lunch. See them on the book here. They're adding at 95s now, trying to get a fill lower. He just came on and see if, and he just left. So I was just about to say, let's see if they're spoofing, and they are. They are wiggling around here, though. There's no doubt about it. This is just mental, man. Why so hard to flush? Go and flush. Do something. Come on. Do something. Do something fun. There's no follow through to the downside, which is deeply concerning for someone like me looking to short sell all the way back down to here. All right, so if we think about the nice thing, what we would like, something like this is fine and then get stuck, you know, and a trade under here and get stuck. Or even if we go sideways, something like this, fail breakout and this. What we don't want to see is this, all right? Because we're allowing VWAP to walk up and start to support bids. We want to see volume come in, which maybe we're about to see. Maybe we're about to see it. Back to those 200s. You can see the tape getting very wiggly here. ES, by the way, be very careful. ES coming back into its New York VWAP and its RBS zone. This is the one thing I said. And a low volume node. 405s down to 402s. Be very careful. If they hold the bid here on ES, it's going to be hard for NQ to trade lower if you're in this short. I've just missed this while I was talking. This was probably good here. Starting to let go of the flow zones there. There's your little wiggle. There's the cover point. You need to see if they hold this or trade lower now. Oh, don't go without me all day now. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Alex. I got caught monologuing there. I got caught monologuing there. View up to view up. IB to view up. ES into that RBS zone that we talked about. If we see pops fail here, I'm vaguely interested. It would have to protect 205. I wouldn't want to see it trade back into these 215s again, 215s, 220s. We fail sort of 205. Yeah, I don't want to see it reclaim 215s. It's too dangerous. Nice, Peter. Yeah, you probably took it exactly where I was just saying. It's a good trade. Oh, man. No pop-up for me to fade yet. All right. I'm going to get coffee, go for a break, because I know I've missed one there. So I need to just like calm down. I don't want to chase this. If it pukes and you're in it, fantastic. This is, I know I've just missed my key entry there after waiting all that time patiently. At least I'm honest with you. At least I'm honest with you. Oh my gosh. Make sure you're paying yourself here, folks. Pay yourself a little bit of money here, because you've got SPY coming into a VWAP and QQQ doing the same on the ETF, so on the cash. So make sure you're paying yourself. Cash might start to cover a little bit here. I'd look to short pops now if we're going to fail this range. And all the time we're staying heavy versus the edge of this range, 190, 205s. I'd look to fade pops. If they reclaim this range, then I'm not interested. But if they stay heavy against this low volume node, against this range, then there's a possible rotation back down to here. Or if my coffee's here, I can have this. Thank you, darling. Trying to be somewhat controlled here after missing that. Stalked it and got caught teaching instead of trading. It happens. All right, ES starting to reject its VWAP there. SPY still holding VWAP. QQQ still holding VWAP. If they dump underneath this, it can get very nasty very quickly. I'm just frustrated with myself, not with anything else. I'm just frustrated with myself here. I think it showed real patience and maturity to wait for a really good move. There's a fail break. There's your trigger. And Alex has missed it. Happens, folks. It happens. Look good now. Starting to see a melt here. Panic coming in. Really nice bounce on the RBS on the VIX. Everything is looking absolutely fantastic for you guys. And so where would my cover points be? Well, this sort of breakout zone here, you want to be taking something off into 40s and 50s, maybe a little bit off into New York Open, which is 100, and then hold the rest to see if you can get down to that IB low. If you snap IB low, we will go down to the 800s today. All right, so if you get the completion, remember that the pro trend is lower, remember. That's why we wanted to focus on shorts. All right, so cover some here. Cover some here. If you get this move here, we're trading down into this block next. Oh, maybe rusty after too much booze. Maybe too much alcohol for Alex this weekend. First trading session is 40. Wah, wah. Terrible. He's lost his edge. 30s with a game. 40s. You're terrible in your 40s, Alex. Maybe that's what it is. It's an age thing. It's an age thing. Oh, God. Gotta laugh. Oh, Alex, don't cry. Try not to cry. Missed all the points. All right. 182s. I get it, JD. That's how I felt. Lol, you were teaching the good karma will come back around. Well, hopefully, Willa Williams. Hopefully. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it's going to come back around. It feels like it's just going to melt, and we're melting into this level where you need to be taking some of your profits here, folks. All right. thing's cooked. Video now 3% down. VIX now, big shove. Coming back up to where buyers got stuck on the VIX. Okay, I'm talking about the VIX here, where buyers got stuck this morning. Hey, nice. T, looking forward to working with you. Yeah, there was a good amount of you that took advantage of the flash sale. All right, make sure you're covering some here, please, 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 please. This is where we broke out from this morning. All right. Didn't want me to do that. Make sure you're covering some here into these levels. This is where we broke out. Think about this morning. All right, everyone was short down here. Everyone who shorted the lows, this was their trigger point for the long. This held and held again. You're coming back into this area. You must pay yourself here. We would like to see rotation lower, but we might need to see something like this first. I did, Owen. Yeah, I did a flash sale. There might still be time. I can't remember. I think it might close tonight. If you go to the community tab on my YouTube, or like the post page, I put it on there with the correct link to use, or on Twitter as well with the correct link to use and the code. I think the code was 40. Was it 40 birth or birth 40? I can't remember. But it's on there. It's on the socials. Here, I'll try and find it for you. Probably miss the next short by doing this, but let's see. See if we can find it for you. Midday 40, okay, and you will need to use, I'll post it in here. I don't know if it's still running, but there you go. Use that link, code Midday 40 will get you 40% off. I think it closes tonight. It was either last night or tonight. I genuinely don't know. All right, starting to see a response off this level that we broke out from this morning. So I want to see if we push up and start to see failure on the next drive up. What is that doing up there? You can get out of it. So some buys here at 35s. Please don't say I've just missed that reshort there. That's barely a bounce at all. Let's go higher first. Did that? If that didn't print as a link, just go to my Twitter or YouTube. It's quite annoying if it hasn't shown you that as a link, which it doesn't look like it has. But you want to go on it's the teachable page. If you do it on the website, it won't work because I'm moving servers. So it's on the old server still for the code. Right, do we get stuck somewhere up here? Can we drift up there and get stuck is what I'm asking. Problem is, this was high probability long after taking the low. This is a high probability short down to here. Anything beyond this now is not necessarily high probability because we can set a higher low here on a higher time frame. So I do want to be careful. Especially if we're not willing to expand that value area in the day. All the time's being spent up here right now. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom and take a big breath and then come back. And I'm probably going to miss the next move, but it is what it is. Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Adam, are you using it on the Teachable website or are you using it on my website? Because it might be working on the Teachable. I don't even know. I can have... Give me a second. I mean, it might not be valid. I did say it would end. It might have already ended, but let me have a look. It's still running, so you must be using the wrong link. Closes tonight at midnight. All right, you need to use the Teachable site. I don't know why it's not letting me post this. Let me try this. No. Maybe if I put it in text first. Let's try that. There we go. All right, that link there. That link there. It will work on that specific page. It won't work on the website because I'm moving servers, right? So that's still to the old server, and then I'll move you across when it's ready. That link there should work. That should give you 40% off with the code. All right, so starting to see this, what we want to see now. Do we push and fail? We've built out lots of volume here. So now, basically, the rotation currently in the session is like here and here and here. All right, so we don't want to be short down here. We want to see if we fail maybe into this node here for a reshort down, or here for a reshort down. Any reclaim of this, I'm not going to touch shorts the rest of the day because it's possible this holds now as well, just based on structure. So they've made it tricky. Alex has probably missed the best moves, and it just is what it is. You got to just suck it up there, Alex. You missed it. It's your own fault. There's sellers here at 85 and 90. Maybe we come and test that whole number of 200 as well. All right, so here's New York VWAP. ES not into it yet, so there's room to go if ES wants to do the same kind of play. And again, if they reclaim, you know, the bottom side of this range, if they reclaim 205s and stuff, you know, I'd be very cautious about thinking about any new short in this. I think we'd probably trade higher at that point. ES not even getting to its VWAP. Ugh. Oof. Oof. That's how I feel right now. Just fuck. Maybe just a little bit off my game. Seeing it really well. I feel like we've called it really, really well. I got caught monologuing, and yeah, here's what it is. All right, building out new structure here. Something like that being built out. I want to trade lower. I just don't want to short the lows down here where we've just built volume. I mean, I guess if you put a limit order at VWAP, it would have been nice for you, but what happens if it gets blown through? But apparently today's the day to just put limit orders out there. You can still see them on the book. The problem I've got is these sellers keep lifting. Yeah, as you see them come back on the book there, 65, 70, and then they lift, and then they go 70, and then they lift. Again, they keep lifting. Even these small numbers, they keep lifting on the tape. ES didn't make it to VWAP yet as well. Don't play games on the tape like this, please. Please, mate. Please go away, whoever you are doing this. Just let the tape run through. Here comes the sales through it. All right. Well, do they protect this low now? I've missed it again. Trying to bid off it at the moment. They don't want to break this low. As in the buyers, they don't want to let this go and break the low. Otherwise, we go back down towards the low of days, and they know it. And this is an RBS zone. It's current value on the session. And we can expand that value area low if they fail. Point of control here as well. Flipped point of control back down from the highs. Ugh, come on. Give me something, market, please, today. Give me something. If you're in this short, you better be covering some into this low in case they protect it, folks. You better be taking some off into this low in case they protect it. ES has already taken that low out. NQ has not taken that low out. Do not get caught in this. If it rips a face back up, make sure you're paying yourself. There's the low sweep. Must be paying yourself here. We just took out that double bottom. Here's your continuation if they come, if they've got any juice. New York open down here. 100 could be the next target if you get continuation here. If they really start taking control. There you go. Starting to see a drift lower now. VIX starting to really push. If they fail where we just broke down from, you'll get continuation lower. They can reprice into here as well. But if they fail to reclaim any of this today, we should get continuation to the low side. Squeeze through this, then I wouldn't be short now over that pivot, 180. So back into where we just failed. POC. It's considered fair value on the day at the moment. Honestly. I'm actually quite surprised, I will say, about how they're selling it. Like the lack of aggression. Like even this, it's taken quite a long time when you think about how quickly we moved up. Quite a long time. If they're setting a lower high here and they're breaking here, it's quite a long, like very, very, very slow. If high time frame sellers really want to come and take out these lows and go to 800, like they're really not showing up in force, I guess is the best way of saying it. They're not really like, hey, enough games, we're going lower, enough. Like you're not really seeing that move. Nice, Owen. Welcome, welcome. I want to see aggression. I want sellers to be aggressive. We're just in that RBS zone. I should probably mark this out, shouldn't I? This here. I mean, that's where we found bids this morning. That's why I'm saying you've got to cover some into that. This was the breakout point this morning. Nothing's changed. From those in Discord, it's exactly the same as we've been looking at all day. All right. Take the dailies out, trade to the upside, find some sells, trade back down, cover some into the morning session lows. And if we break down underneath, we go 800s. But, you know, we need to be covering some. If you've got short here, you need to be covering some into this range. Cannot believe the lack of impetus here to sell. Actually quite surprised. Like the lack of panic. When you think about where we are on the daily, how much pain people must be in, there's not much panic setting in yet. Maybe we just need to wait for that move under 23k for the panic to really come in. It's coming. It's a coming. I'm going to be left twiddling my thumbs, aren't I? Oh. Right, back to POC. Most volume traded here on the session so far. Oh, guys. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe when you come back from drinking and smoking cigars and eating and just enjoying yourself, maybe it's a good thing not to be in a trade for a day. I don't know. It doesn't feel very good to me. This feels like I'm missing everything. Oh, well, I hope you guys are having fun. Yeah, all good. Carlos, looking forward to working with you, bud. No, again, Danny. No worries. Yeah, I saw your name on there yesterday when I got back. Yeah, it's looking very good this morning. Like even on, where are you guys? Let's move you over to it. Even if you look at It's right here on a 5-minute. Big sell, back into neutral, wait for the sell, back down. Everything bearish other than the weekly right now. Well, we have some neutral, but they will go bearish soon enough if we keep being a pro trend lower, right? Always another trade. That's exactly it. Who said that, Danny? Yes, quite right. That's why I'm not absolutely kicking myself. I mean, I definitely missed a good day. Definitely, you know, we've called price really well. We didn't get short this morning down here. Like we knew there was a sweep coming. We wanted price to come up and then come down to it. Now it's come up, failed to create, you know, make a new high. Buyers have got trapped up here. So we now know that buyers are stuck above this level here. Basically, we can add this in if you want, if it's going to help you. This is just like an intraday level. All right, buyers are currently stuck above this. The main volume is actually up here, but we can do it down to here. All right, so as long as we stay heavy under that, the buyers intraday are stuck and they will become sellers in the market. We also know that buyers came in here this morning, so we are trading from this level to this level to this level. We might trade back, and forth, and then we can see if we can take out the lows later in the day if I get lucky. Oh, you got to have a giggle. You got to have a giggle. We've called it well. I mean, I think lots of you probably traded it better than me. While I was teaching, missed what I would have taken. And that was probably the easiest trade of the day. I think, Peter, you took it here. Probably some of you others took it. We talked about this here. All right, one, two, three, failure, underneath, stuck, failure. I didn't take the limit there, and I didn't really want to chase there at that point because the RR's gone, right? The RR is gone. But if you keep getting failures here and they're going to trade to lower day, you are going to be absolutely laughing. ES coming down aggressively now as well, looking like it wants to get down towards its initial balance low. If I'm telling you, man, if this market starts taking out 23K, we start taking out the 800s. All right, start taking out the 800s, and that's what we've talked about. If you think about the newsletter, if you think about those in Discord, what we talked about this morning, everything here. Do we have a re-entry now? It depends how it builds. I mean, you're starting to see a walk down now, right? If you think about this, we're starting to see a walk down now. So I wouldn't mind something like this. And if I miss all of this, I need it to get stuck under here for a deeper drive, right? Because that would be your cut, your handle, and a deeper drive. Underneath 23,000, if we build liquidity under 23,000, I'm looking to take out these levels down here. All right, so if we complete this move, I'd like to see this, and the reason being that we are in a downtrend after rejecting daily supply. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back. Let's do a 4-hour. All right, this was everything we went over last week. All right, this was the danger last week that we talked about in the newsletter last week. There's your lower high on a daily. If we set that lower high and we set a lower low, what are we then in? A bear market. All right, so if we do this and we reject this, we're going to move lower, which would be nice for Q4. It would give us nice buying opportunities, swing longs. If we do this as well, this also opens up this after a deep pullback, which is really nice. All right, so lots of reasons for us to be excited about this type of move. The market needs it. It's healthy. It is absolutely healthy. So you are drift lower right now, guys. If you're in this, you look good. All right, here's your New York Open. Make sure you cover some into New York Open, please. And then you're looking for lower day. on the right screen for you guys, just checking. Right, so a little reaction off New York Open there, like we talked about. You have to be covering some there. Is there any daily profit limit on Apex 50? No profit limit, Ken. You can full send it, pass in one trade if you really want. I'm not telling you to do that, but you can do it. Love, very nice, Peter. Good work. I think it's more healthy when I am in the trade in the right direction. Yeah. The trend friend indicator is still locked for me. I got an email for the link and faved it on TradingView. Alpha, that the only way it's still locked, all right, lots of people have had this problem with a few people. Either you need to refresh your TradingView or you have sent me your incorrect TradingView username. So just double check that. If you sent the incorrect username, just email me, or either way, just email me the correct username or your username. I will add it on live on air right now if you want to do that. But yeah, I've had it with so many people who said the same thing, and then they're like, no, it's the right one, and then they double check and it turns out to be the wrong username. So just triple check that. All right, holding New York Open here. If we trade lower, like I said, then we're going to take out lower day. Under here, we're going IB low. Remember, we're also coming into the daily Bollinger Bands here, folks. So these are like cover points right now. Like anything beyond this is an absolute bonus. These are cover points for you. Nice, Peter. Good work. Can I send username here? Yeah, sure. Send it here, Alpha Tech. That's fine. Send it here. Just make sure you copy and paste it from your trading view. Lots of people have sent the wrong ones. Lots of people didn't send them at all. All right, so a little bounce here off New York Open. 906. All right, so 906. Yeah, I see you. All right, added. Should work now. Try now. Yeah, if you add it here, Adam, I'll do it. If you just post it in chat, I'll add it. So stuck at this New York Open. Flush New York Open, we probably go towards the opening range low, initial balance low, somewhere around that. All right, so that's what we're looking for at the moment. If they sell this down further, you're already in it, you will have a nice move down towards that initial balance low. If we fail 23,000, then we are going to move to 22,800. 22,800. What's the name of the indicator? It's called Trend Friend Pro, JD. If you go in our Discord, JD, on the left hand side, there's a like tab with it all in. Nice, James. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining. Yeah, everyone new to the channel, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, hit like. At least half of you not smashed it yet. Alpha Tech, after refresh, it's working. There you go. There you go. Realistic wireless. All right, added you there, Dean. Let's get you added as well, Adam. I'm sure you got added already, but let's check. Added you as well, Adam. So if it's not working, just give it a refresh. Big W on the day so far for Ken. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Yes, then you probably did find a typo. Fresh videos, it's probably exactly what you found. And that would be my my Indian friends who put it all together for me. Is it from Trend of the Friend? What do you mean? All right, so still holding this New York Open here. Value on the day, currently 18s. If we reject that, we will trade lower. If we reclaim it, we probably retest POC. ES very close to taking out initial balance low here, folks. Very, very, very close to taking out its IB low here on ES. The creator of the indicator. No, I'm the creator of the indicator. It's my indicator. It's just based on a 221 with some ATR. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's nice and simple, but basically, I built it for Clint in chat in the Discord room because he was struggling with some of the lower time frame stuff. So we just cleaned it up, made it really easy for him to use. That's all we did. So it's not too dissimilar from Flow Zones, not quite as powerful, but it works for him. We needed to find something that would work for him on a 5 minute. That's what we based off, but it will work on any time frame. Contorted, only another 400 for a single day eval pass, but I got feeling FOMO going to get me. Yeah, then just leave it alone. Leave it alone. If you're that close and you've got FOMO, leave it alone. Come back another day. Come back another day if that's the case. All right, watching ES into this low vol here. So ES, by the way, is trading all the way down here at the IB low right now. All right, it's all the way down here right now. That feels really bright. Maybe it's just me. I'm tired. Major target for Coop's Corner. Nice work, Richard. Lovely work. I'm interested. If we start flushing this opening range high and New York session open, I do think that these buyers will get punished. I think we can trade down here, especially if ES rejects this low vol into sort of 90 and trades under IB. We haven't had much of a retracement though since this leg here. So that was the rejection of the range we talked about. That's why I laughed, because I called it and didn't take it. And I think this is possible here. Might need to do something like this first, but I do think we got a chance of trading here. And if we get sideways here, I think there's a move down here. I don't know if that comes today, but that's what I think is opening up and setting up in this market. We need those Bollinger Bands to start expanding, because we went into like a squeeze play in the bulls. If they start expanding, which I think they will do, they start opening up, then we'll have more room to trade lower later in the week or later in the month. Long if we come back above flow zones. I mean, I would not be looking long right now, personally, unless we reclaim this area here. All right, because you've got bulls trapped intraday. You've got bulls trapped Globex. You've got bulls trapped on dailies. Yeah, and above that as well, and on dailies. So think about everyone trying to buy the dip. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, crushed. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, crushed. Buy the dip, buy the range, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, crush. Buy this overnight, crushed. Buy this morning, got it, but bought the breakout for more of a move, crushed. Right? I wouldn't be too keen on buying it. Personally, unless we start to hold liquidity above those 200s. 205 to 215s, I think, was this low vol node here. Yeah, unless you see buyers, all right, start doing this, I just wouldn't buy it today. Doesn't mean there isn't a counter trend move up. It's not worth the pain for me. Easier move down. Yes, Dean, it does. Yeah, it should work with free trading view. Yeah, it should do, as far as I know. As far as I know, it's not using anything you shouldn't be able to get there. I don't know, but unless they've changed the terms and conditions in the free trading view for private indicators, but I don't think they have. What do we think of the new layout, folks? Is it better than the old layout? Less going on, a little bit more zoomed in the charts view, simpler, but do you prefer it, as in the layout of the stream? Nice, contorted. All right, back to this New York Open again. They're trying to bear flag down. Remember, shorts need a break here. They need this to break the lows. If we break the lows, I think you get this move down here. All right, and you have a little bit of volume here, but if they reject this, you will get this move here. If they sweep, do not be shorting it. But if you're already in this, or you're going to take the break, I think we can move towards pre-market initial balance lows. Yes, try and do the same thing. Yeah, you all like it? Good. Good. All right. So that being the case, I'll develop this to make it look better on the other screens now, as well as in the high time frame and stuff like that. Yes, correct, Ken. Last day to get 90% off on Apex. Ends tonight. Code FCT will get you 90% off, 80% off reoccurring. I am saving a few of the big, I did buy a few big accounts, 250Ks, which I will probably use on Friday for NFP because they're very hard to pass otherwise. All right, here you go. New York Open again. Remember, if we flush underneath this and stay heavy, I think we go down to that opening range low and initial balance low. That's what I'm looking to see if we do it. Big over under this, you can see. Big, 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 big over under. All we did today was rebalance that H4 and stay heavy. That's all we've done. I can't remember who asked if it was a bullish move on the H4, but that was a good lesson for you of letting the H4 close. Someone asked in here, and I said it's too early to say that. You've got to let it close. Never took out the old H4. So it's a really, really good one for you to look at. That's not me having a dig. That's me being deadly serious. It's a good one to sort of look at how those last H4 candle and the current last H4 candle formed and closed and the new H4. Take care, contorted. Have a good day. All right, still looking to see if we're going to snap down here. I want to see if ES lets go of its initial balance low and if NQ wants to follow suit. Feels like it, doesn't it? It feels like it. ES is desperate to get lower here. So coming into initial balance low here on the ES, can we follow suit here and get down to this purple line on the NQ? Remember, if ES takes it and turns inside, you're going to have to be risk off. Take some of your profits because it means you have divergence in the tape again. VIX really looking good here, coming up for a 19 test. If it breaks out at 19, then we're looking for a trade through 1931 on the VIX or 1930, and that would be a new high of day on the VIX after pulling back and holding. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, I do. Yeah. If I'm like, look, I just want to get them past, then I'll copy the trade them. Especially the bigger accounts because they take a long time. They got to make $15,000 in those 250Ks. They take a long time to get past. Otherwise, still at the same level. Yes, getting very close. Very close. So slow the move down. I'm really surprised that they haven't been more aggressive. And they are repricing. I'm just surprised how slow they're doing it. Yeah, still not taking out that initial balance low. I think it's coming. I do think it's coming here. Still think you're going to get lower prices here on NQ, but you've got to be paying yourself if you took these shorts around here. You must be paying yourself. You must be down to runners here. What's up, Foster Scott? Here you go. There we go. All right, so low taken here on the ES. Make sure you're covering a little bit. You're looking for NQ to also trade down to initial balance low now. And then if we go underneath 23,000 initial balance low, you're looking for 22,800. Every single thing we talked about this morning starting to play out without your mentor in it. I mean, you got to laugh. You've got to laugh, Alex. Jeez Louise. All right, here's Discord this morning. Push up, fail. This might have been last night, actually. Here, and then this was last night. And then looking for that trade lower to 23,000. And then this morning, or did we just talk about it on the stream? Here we go. Retest to come lower. All right, here you go. Looking for these builds. First two are always the ones I'm looking for. So push up, two leg, 1, 2, fail, come back down, take out 800. This is what we're looking for. All right. Congrats if you're in this. Really, really, really nice. Make sure you're paying yourself, please. Please make sure you're paying yourself. Make sure you're paying yourself. He has taken out its initial balance low already, remember, so you have some divergence. You got to pay yourself right here. Here you go. IB low taken. All right, so if we reject IB low now, we're looking for a trend day lower. Like I said, that morning move higher was highly probable, and we were trying to let it just exhaust out and then fade. This is kind of ugly action up there, but it did play out. So FBO, auction versus failed auction theory now available, especially on the ES because we've traded under this. So you want to see if it stays heavy versus it now. I've just moved something. There we go. 80 to 30s. Okay, that's good. Zoom out on the book, see who's down below. Any big orders? There we go. 23,000's down there. 72 lot. Is anyone at 800 yet? Still no one at 800 yet. Yet. Just yet. I wonder. I just wonder, folks. All right, still trading lower. Beautiful. You look really good here, team. Likely 2 more AB formers. Oh, nice, Foster Scott. I've just been trading it as an eval because I'm not going to play my PAs so far down. But yes, I've been trading down here as an eval, up nicely on it. Trying to get a 150k past. Trying to get back up to 20 accounts. $300 away at the moment. So if we fade, I'll get it. Watching these lows here. Zoom this in a bit. It's messy. Lovely. Want this as the target if we can get all the way down to this, ideally. All the way down to the IB. Remember, 40s were the daily levels, weren't they? What was that low on the 40s? Give me a second, folks. Yeah, 40, basically, 39. So we're coming back into that daily level. Big, big, big level. Do not get short down here, right? Do not get short into the daily level. If you've missed all this, that's fine. Let it break down, right? And let it build out liquidity here for something like this down into this, all right? Let it build out. Let it complete this move, build out structure to come lower. Thanks, Alex. Passed 2 Apex off this morning. Oh, congratulations. Love to see it. Took 100 to 65. Nice work, Raf. Nice work. How long till lunch? 20 minutes till lunch. We're going to take out these lows, folks. We want to take out these lows. Definitely want to take out these lows. Just don't want to be short too low of day where we found bids this morning. Remember, this is where we found bids this morning. We'd like to take this out and just melt down to 800s, but we might need to have a bounce back up first. So ideally, it comes lower or sweeps it, then offers the bounce, then a fade. That would be really, really, really nice, but let's just see. Watching ES if it wants to go and test its initial balance as well. It depends, Idris. It depends on if I like the session, how far ahead of buffer they are, etc., etc. I like to do it where possible, yes. But if I don't like the session, then no. I'll just go one at a time, or maybe bundle them like 3, 4, 5 at a time. Yeah, still heavy. Lower day here on ES. Who's asked about the new weekly newsletter? Noah? It's completely free. Yeah, I'm going to email you. I had that same troll turn up all weekend on my 40th. I had to just block him in the end. I Googled him. Failed trader, had a failed room, has a Telegram, and just spends his whole time watching other people's YouTubes talking crap. I know where he lives, where he went to school, what age he is, what university he went to, what degree he has, and he's a bellend. So he got blocked. And for my 40th, I've decided I will not respond to anyone like that ever again. They will just get instantly banned, and I'll just remain positive because I don't want to give them the bandwidth, which I'm definitely in danger of doing, even if I'm being nice in response, because they just want negativity. So it was like a big thing for me. I was like, no more responding. Don't even give them the air. Let them be miserable. All right, so protecting these 50s. I still think we can trade lower. It might need a little bit of a wiggle back up towards 90s first, but we will see. Exactly, Danny. Good vibes only. Exactly. We don't need the distraction. Don't need the distraction. It's amazing how miserable people can be. It's like I give so much content for free. I teach on here while I'm trying to trade to the point where I miss the trades because I'm showing you what's setting up, and people still want more. It's absolutely mental, and that's how I know they're upset traders, because what they're really saying is, can you trade my account for me? That's really what they're saying. Okay, do we pop back up and retest this New York Open? Does ES come and trade that IB low? What you got to the last trade? Yeah, just on an eval though, not on all my PAs. Just on an eval. It was too low in the session for me to risk on the PAs. If we start breaking below 23,000 and building liquidity down there for another 200-point move lower, I will consider it on my PAs. A little bit of a battle here. You can see the sellers are at 85. There's some bids at 50. I still think we want to trade lower, and you've got this guy at 3,000, 23,000. I think we want to do that. It's just, does ES want to come and reprice up to its IB and see if it fails it? Low volume node in front of IB so far is rejecting. Here you go. There's more sells. Still holding this on the eval, seeing if we can trade a little bit lower. Come on, break that low and just snap, and then I'll pass probably somewhere around there. Coming into the opening range low here. Come on. Just take the low out. Stop faffing about. Big rejection on ES. Couldn't get through low volume node. Please stop faffing, NQ. Just come and do it for me. You've made my life a misery today. I want to get under these 50s, under this buyer, refresh buyer at 50 and trade lower. I don't even want to see it pop. I know we've got all the sellers there, but I'm just being selfish. I don't want it to pop up. Just want it to trade down. Make my life easy. VIX basing out at higher day now. So VIX going to try and do that inverted head and shoulders or inverse cup and handle to trade higher on VIX, which should increase sell side pressure here in the market. See, they're selling up to 85. Is there anyone above that? No. Right, so they're selling up to 85. Bids down at 23,000. 50 keeps refreshing here. All right. Trade through him. We might get a 10-point flush, and then we'll see if we trade those 23K. Favorite restaurant in LA? It is actually a Middle Eastern Lebanese restaurant in West Hollywood. I will find the name for you, Foster Scott, and text it to you. I think that's probably my favorite. I went there for my birthday last year. Really, really good food. All right, here we go. Here's the 50s. Can we get follow through? Come on, market. Why the wiggle? No more wiggles, Mr. Wiggle. Get out of it. Alex, what's a good low for ES? I had 63.60 drawn. Let me go to a high time frame there. Give me a second, mate. Well, you've got these lows. Yeah. So 64, 63, 50. So 364, 363 or 62, 350s, and 335s. Those are the first ones I'll be looking at. There you go. There you go. Here's the flush coming. Finally. Finally. Come on, market. God, you make it so hard instead of just trading properly. You just wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. Go away, buyers. Just piss off. You're done. You're cooked. It's game over. You've had your chance. You missed it. Panda Express. Yeah, it's my favorite. Panda Express. I love it. I love it. A cheap Chinese. Here we go. That's made me giggle. Coming down into this initial balance low here, folks. And after that, we're looking at the 23Ks, all right? We're looking at 23Ks. Scott, you make me laugh. Oh, well, we got that in the end. I mean, could I have missed much more today while calling it? I don't think so. Still got a little bit more to go. Still got more to go. Yes, still got more to go. NQ still got more to go. This is your low. Once we get through that 23K, once we get through that, 800s is on deck. Honestly, 800s is on deck if they keep staying heavy. If they build liquidity out of the lows, gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. See all these guys at the 20s here. So 30, 25, 20s, 15s, 10s, they're all hanging out there to get filled. Come on, just come and take out the IB, for God's sake. For goodness sake. It's coming. It's a coming. And on to a new hour. 7 minutes, just over. You can see all the buyers stacking up here. The sellers just left because they're like, oh, fuck it, we're just going to sell down. Hopefully they just start marketing in now because the sellers have left. I just want to see them be like, push it. Either that or they're like, we're done for the day, no more selling. I still think we've got to move further down in it. I know we're at the lower Bollinger Band. I know we've taken out the dailies. But I just wonder under 23K if they open this door today for the 800s. If not today, this week for sure. Real Trini, no worries. Great work today. Love to see you guys all making money. ES, new lower day here. Everything melting. VIX, new high day. This is what we wanted to see. Can we just take out the initial balance low? Please. It's not that hard. Do you have to protect it this way? Come on, NQ. Stop being a pain in the butt. Come on, NQ. Just take it out. 25s, 10s, 23K, and we can be done and think about something this afternoon if we want it. Come on, NQ. Come on, NQ. Please. Very close. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Very close to Papa. No. Don't want to take it, eh? Don't want to take this excess. Just looking for my last fill. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. No, it's all good, Foster Scott. I just can't remember what it's called. I'll ask my wife shortly. See if I can find it. It's at a hotel. Lady Hawk. That's it. At the Kimpton. Yeah. That is the best food I've had in LA. It's not even, I don't think anything else is even close. Unbelievable restaurant. If you're on your way here, definitely go and check it out. If you like Middle Eastern food, that is. All right, so it's protecting at IB low for now. Missed it by 2 points. Might come and clean out some of this before trading down. It's possible. Oh, Anki, you're so annoying that you won't fill my runner down there. So butthurt by that. Four minutes left, folks. Not long left now. Oh, you're going to come for it now. Oh, you're going to come for it now. Do you sell these? I feel like you might want to clean out first, but we'll see. I'm going to use the bathroom while it decides. I'll be back. Oh, we're almost there. Nice. All right, cover some into this low here, please, folks. All right, and then what we're really looking for is some liquidity to be built underneath now. If you're looking for an extension, all right, then we're looking for something under here, maybe one of these, and then down to these. All right, that's the next move. Just be aware, this has been fairly controlled as a walk down. Like other than this part, this is pretty controlled. So just be cautious. If they want to go for a rotation day, I mean, if they want to do this, they can, which is why you need to be covering some here. Oh, thank you, mate. Mate, that's so kind of you. Thank you very much. Super kind. Thanks, buddy. All right, you can see them on the book here, 23.25, 23.20, 23.15, 23.10, and then there is a guy underneath 70 lot at 23, or there was. There you go. He's down there, 80 lot, 23K. Nothing underneath that yet. Let me check ES. ES got buyers down at 63.65s. Yeah, I still think this market wants to move lower. I'm telling you, it's just whether it needs to trap more buys in. How would we trap more buys in? I mean, something like this would be nice, you know, versus these levels here. Yeah, something like that could work for this afternoon if you're going to sit here and trade more. We can also get rid of that one. Let me just do a high of day VWAP. Yeah, same place. All right, so VWAP looks pretty good there for multiple reasons. So if this VWAP keeps drifting lower, all right, you see the curve of the VWAP. All right, drifting lower somewhere down here. What would be really nice is if we offer something like that. Or maybe here we even do that. So you get possible trade, possible add, cover. You do not short down here. If you miss that and you miss this, like I missed this, you don't chase down here. Do I have to finish the course before I get in the Discord? No. I mean, it's better for you if you do that, but no. If you go to the, I think it's the last or the second last module of the course, you just email me from there, and I'll get you in, mate. Correct. Yeah, that's exactly it, Phenom. Oh, very kind, Scott. Cheers, buddy. But if I'm short, wait for low of day, yes. I don't know where you're short from, my friend. NQ's being naughty. It should have taken out. It should have taken it out there. It didn't. I think it will come back for it later. But, you know, if we're going to protect this excess, right, we might trade back up to current value somewhere here. So it depends. I don't know where you're short from. If you're short from here, you know, and you've gone partial, add, partial, add, partial, and you're willing to let it come back to there, that's fine. If you're short from here and you've not taken money on the way down, you don't want it to come back to your entry point. So it's very hard for me to answer that question from where I missed it. So up here, you're short from up here? I mean, if you're short from up there, you had cover point 1, cover point 2. I'd have taken a little bit off. If you're runners only, I mean, you are 200 points in the money. Yeah, beautiful, Gatney. If you're 200 points in the money, you can hold a runner. All right. As long as you've paid yourself, I would say, like, move your stop into the money and, you know, see if you can get a trade. If it lets go of this and 23K, see if you can get it back down into these 800s. All right. We're asking a lot of it to do that. And I'm going to show you why now so you all understand. If we go to a daily, give me a second. We're asking a lot of it, but it's possible. If we go for a daily, how many times do we trade outside of a daily bowl? Very rarely, right? Here's your daily bowl. But the Bollingers, because of the action the last 2 days, are going to start doing this. I think there's a trade down into 840s, 775s. Now, it might do that and then close back inside the Bollingers, but I think there's a possible extension here, a bit like one of these where we go out and then back in, or out and then back in. I think there's an extension here down into here. If it doesn't do it today, right, that's fine. What we would then do, let's say we close like here today. What would we want tomorrow? We'd want an inside bar, right? An inside bar here tomorrow. And then on Wednesday tomorrow, on Thursday, we'll look for an outside bar like this. Yeah, on a daily. Because the bowls will come down and then we'll try and take that out. That's fine. If it doesn't want to offer it today, we'll use tomorrow to build liquidity, ideally to go lower. Or it might be tomorrow, Thursday, and then maybe Friday. Could be 2 days of inside bar. That's also fine. But yeah, we're looking to take out these levels here. And if we get down anywhere near this, here or here, I am buying ETFs. All right. Any of these levels, I'm going to start buying ETFs long term. I'd love to see this move or this move in September, because we know we have 10% pullbacks are fairly frequent August to September. Well, really July to September, somewhere in here. So we're running a bit late, but maybe we get it. If we're very lucky, maybe we get it. All right. Hopefully that helps you all and makes sense. Alex, thank you for teaching us to fish and being here. Even before your birthday, you were thinking of us. Oh, thanks, Aaron. No worries. Thank you for joining. Look at that. All right, but you still look good, Gatney. You have got optimal entry, right? Optimal entry. You didn't short down here. You didn't short here. You didn't guess the top. You let them fail to break out. You're short somewhere in here. You are optimal entry, which means you can just chill. You have the ability to let this build, to let it build. Just don't let it reclaim levels up here, all right? Don't, make sure you're not going to give too many points back. We're into lunch now. I didn't even realize. So about 21K can start buying. About 21K. Oh, right. You're talking about the dailies. What I'd be looking for, these RBS zones, right? Daily RBS zones. Here. And also the 200-day, which is 21,400, 21, around here. All right, these lows. Anywhere in here is going to pique my interest. All right, so if we do something like this, it's going to pique my interest. If we come lower, it's going to pique my interest into here. All right, because we can afford a big pullback. Think about what we've done this year. All right, any pullback into this range from a weekly or a monthly is going to be what? Pro trend, right? Pro trend. 50%, even better. Look at that. Lining up really nice with an old RBS zone. Still, that would be like an inverted head and shoulders type thing I'll start playing. Deeper down into here, still interested. Do I think we take out this excess low? I don't. I really don't think we're going to do that move. But, you know, I'm not going to buy just straight down moves, obviously. Like, it's the same idea that we trade lower time frame or trade higher time frame. But those are areas of interest that I'm thinking about scooping up long term in ETFs. Long term in ETFs. All right, folks, so that you are set for this afternoon, you know what we're looking at. Currently, we are in bearish range rotation, all right? The main pro trend, you can see buyers are constantly stuck in this market. We're bearish range rotation. We're looking to see if this happens here, expansion lower, all right? So for you this afternoon, you can look to see if we get expansion lower. If we fail these levels and 23,000, remember the whole number, we can come down to here. If we fake it out, if we steal that liquidity and turn inside, be very careful, because that will then be, you know, a run of stops, and we might close the day inside the New York session, but very, very red on the day. That would still be a 400-point down on the day. All right. It's fine to do that, like we talked about, because then tomorrow we might set up, you know, something like, let's say this session, we draw this daily out. Where's daily? Tuesday. Let's say this session is like this. All right, maybe there's a little wick below if it does that. Maybe tomorrow we set up this little wick above this pivot, and then what we can wait for is Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe it does this and a close below, and Friday down. All right, these are all possible if you think about it, right? Because then we can trap buyers in here for a move lower to 800. Move lower to 800. What price would you take a short from? Well, there's various. It depends how it sets up. If, like we keep talking about, If we're failing underneath the initial balance and building liquidity here or here for this fail down, right, then we're completing the cup and handle to go lower. So it's more about how it builds liquidity, how it builds buyers trapped in. If we have a push up here, clean out some of these stops, and it's like 1, 2, little sweep fail, then I'd also be interested in a short back down covering here and then runners down to here. I'm not interested in a long today. Zero interest. I've said that all day. I didn't want this long. I don't want a long from here. I don't care. Not interested in longs. All right, team. Hopefully you all made a lot more money than I did. All right. Hopefully you all made more money than I did. I will be back tomorrow. Those in Discord, I will set price alerts, all right, just in case. I'll set price alerts, but let's see what we get. And we go again tomorrow. All right, folks. Same thing tomorrow. Big love. Trade safe. Hopefully you've made lots of money with me today. Don't forget, I'll put it on screen now. Don't forget, today is the last day of the Apex sale. All right. So it's never been cheaper to get these accounts. 90% off right now and 80% off reoccurring. That ends tonight at 11:59 Eastern time. All right. So now is your last chance to do it. There is also a sale on the flow zones right now on the 20-hour course, which comes with Discord and the Momos. There's 40% off. That also ends tonight at midnight. Links are in the chat right now. If you scroll up or go on my Twitter, links are all there. And yeah, that's it for me, folks. I will be back tomorrow. And we'll just go again, right? Same thing over and over and over. Please trade safe. Make sure you're paying yourself on the way. Peace and love. Be kind to each other and use hard stops. Take care.